that just couldn't be more right, yo. Like, yo, we're so, we've gotten past the point where somebody say stay woke. We so woke that I almost sometimes think we hypersensitive.
Black culture, black community, black people. We're not woke. We been up. Our eyes been open. It's just now.
Why you say we not woke?
Because we don't. Woke means you've been asleep. Black people was never asleep.
Oh, we was.
No, we was never asleep.
You don't agree?
No, what is occurring now is everything that we've seen and we've witnessed, we just allowing others to witness it with our eyes. You can now get in on our experience. You're never going to be the person to personally experience this shit. But we just telling other motherfuckers, hey, we've been seeing what y'all been doing.
Web, if we were doing this podcast 15 years ago, I would have on a polo sweatshirt or hoodie.
Oh, most definitely.
It is my duty to promote. Dear friend.
Kango, though.
Huh?
Got on that nut-ass joke.
Right, but this is the culture, though. I mean, like, maybe Kango is about the white people, but I feel like this is a cultural piece. Do you remember when we was taking pictures and the old head pulled up on his bike? Yeah, and he was like, "Damn, that Kango is cold."
Because he was saying,
I didn't even
talk to a different.
Bruh, I didn't even understand what he was saying.
Yeah,
but he was like, "Yo, that Kango is cold," and he was coming from a different era. I mean, he was clearly like 20 to 30 years older than us. Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, that John doing it."
I just don't look at it like. Black people, when you see the phrase "stay woke," we talking about us.
When's the last time you seen that on a hashtag?
You don't need to, because we was never talking about us. We was talking to the people who was asleep the whole time. Y'all need to stay woke. We been up.
Oh, I don't agree with that.
Oh, you think black people been asleep? How
we've been asleep.
How? When? When was we asleep? Tell me when. What period was we sleeping?
The period where we still trying to get motherfuckers to watch us. The period where we still trying to get them to buy Dear Friend. In your brain. I don't even know. What is that? DSE. Yeah. The period.
Exchange.
Yeah, sure. Where we trying to get them to buy that. We're still asleep, bro.
No.
Like the period where Killer Mike never came out and said the black dollar exists longer in our community. Okay. That period.
I
We're
agree
still
with that.
there.
The black dollar does not exist long enough. It doesn't live long enough in the black community. I agree with that. But when it comes to the overall status of black people in this country and understanding that we have been leading all things that have moved forward in this country.
We don't realize that, bro.
Oh, black people knew that we were the best in every sport. We knew we were the best actors. We knew we were the smartest people. We were the best scientists. We knew we were the best inventors. We knew that we're the best. We're the best educators. We knew that.
We don't know how to monetize it.
Well,
we don't realize that we're the best people behind our own self. We don't understand that. We don't understand how to take white dollars and monetize that shit. The biggest consumers of hip hop, we haven't figured that shit out yet. Haven't figured it out. We haven't figured out how to make Lil Wayne and them niggas to wear some black shit when they go do a motherfucking conference, whatever.
When they, you know what? But I've thought about that. Like, why do our rappers that we support? They love to talk about Gucci this and Versace that and Tom Ford this, and don't nobody that work there and design that shit look like us.
No, but they start giving them kickbacks.
That's but nobody looks like us, and I respect the fact that, like Ross, I know Ross when he do shit, he's employing so many black people every time he puts on a show. Or every time he puts out an album, what he doing a tour. When no matter what he doing, he's employing and supporting his people. Mm-hmm. But in his music, he's talking about Gucci and Versace and Rolls Royce. Nobody that's there looks like us.
No.
So why the fuck am I wasting my words on them?
What does Dapper Dan do? I'm confused about him.
Dapper Dan leads the culture is what he does.
Yeah. But I've never looked at him to say, like, what is he doing? Okay, I'm going to wear that.
No, what that was, to hip-hop, he fashioned hip-hop, period. Like,
he fashioned hip-hop, okay.
Like, if you was a hip-hop icon, you went to Dapper Dan, or you wasn't on camera. Period. You had to wear some Dap shit.
I'm with it.
Eric B and Rakim had on Dap shit. LL Cool J had on Dap shit. All the hustlers had on Dapper Dan shit. And what happened was
LL is the GOAT. I don't give a damn what you say.
But what happened was Gucci recognized they tried to. Yes.
Bimmy said he was the GOAT.
Go, so it's the GOAT. I'm not gonna argue with a nigga like
hey, Bimmy, drop a jaw. Nigga say he the GOAT.
Hold up. All right, so let me ask you. I want to ask you now. I want to say something.
Don't say nothing.
This is completely off the topic. Kill. So recently. I'm 37. And what I've realized lately is it's a lot of people that I've known, went to school with, hung out with, whatever, that have had to realize their mortality in a very straightforward way. I've lost more people that are my age in the past 2 years than I ever could remember. My mom, and maybe I don't remember, like, my mom lost some friends and I was just too young to recognize, but I feel like I'm losing more people who are my peers. And I'm saying this because most recently, in the past couple weeks, I lost a homie. I want to give a shout out to Frank. He's a member of Omega Psi Phi, but he is a pastor. And I met him through our brother Paul Thomas. And Frank was like, Frank showed love like day one when I met him. We chopped it up and we got along and we was telling jokes and kicking it and just like we was flowing, like, you know what I mean? Like the way you do with your homies. And since the day I met Frank many years ago, he's always been that guy. And he was, I mean, I don't know the exact age, like, I'm going to say 40 or right under. He passed away a couple weeks ago. Cancer. He fought his battle. Yeah. It looked like he came back. Then the cancer came back stronger. And, you know, finally he made his transition. Yeah. But then it's like another dude that I knew at Del State, Justin Manlove, passed away. A couple years ago, Mike Feeney from Del State passed away. It's just that it's people our age who are passing away, and it makes you realize your own mortality. It makes you come face to face with it, and it's a serious thing, man. Like,
we gotta wrap Sticks into that, man.
Oh, Sticks touched me in a way that's forever. Yeah, Sticks hit me before I was able to even compute what that shit was gonna do to me.
Fuck me up. Yeah,
Sticks. I'm still feeling the effects of my brother going like that. You know what I mean? But we're at the age now, I feel like once you hit that 30 to, I don't even know, 45 age, you start realizing like, oh, everybody that you came up with ain't going to be here the whole time. Right. And it's just, it's something that's slapping me in the face right now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a rough situation. And it's funny because I was talking to one cat who said, you know, it's not about how long you lived here and what you done over that time. It's more about, you know, if you had a shorter period, what did you do in that time? And did you touch some people? Did you move the needle forward? Because we just don't know when the time is. We don't know the day nor the hour. But what'd you do until that point? And that's when you start living a purposeful life. You know what I mean? And I can imagine, you know, based on, you know, just how you feel about those guys. I don't know most of those guys, but I know Sticks. And I know that, you know, as a brother from another chapter and Cap Alpha Psi, whenever I came down, you know, to Del State, he always showed love. And I know there's a bunch of brothers here that could say the same and say, you know what? That was his thing. He showed love. And that's when you kind of live your purpose. You know what I mean? But it's real, Web. Like, you know, we're not old, but we're getting into that point where we got to be worried about how we live our life. And, you know, you kind of always challenge us. You say, yo, you know, make sure you're in the gym. I mean, I'm in the gym. I'm doing X, Y, and Z. Make sure y'all come and join me and do what you need to do. And I'll never forget about this one thing that you fucking did. That shit was crazy. We were on U Street in DC, and there was this guy. I could assume he was a homeless guy. Maybe he wasn't, but he was a homeless guy, and you could tell either he was kind of like out there on drugs or something. And you said, "What you need, homie?" And he was like, "Oh man, I don't need nothing." Blah, blah, blah. You know how guys do out in the streets. And you say, "Stay right here." And you came back out to him with a 6-pack of beer. Yeah. And that's the level of love that we need in our community. Maybe that wasn't, you know, the right thing he needed to, you know, go forward.
What actually happened at the time, we was walking in the store. I remember what you're talking about. We was walking in a liquor store right there, 2 doors down from Law Society.
Right. About 14 for you. Yeah.
And homie said, "Yo, can you just get me something?" He was asking for a couple $, and I said, "No, I ain't gonna give you no money, but what you want?" He said, "I just want a beer." I said, "You want a single beer?" He said, "Yeah."
Shit got his ass a delirium.
And I said, "No, he'd been out there drunk right now." But I said, "Well, go in there, get what you want." He said, "No, I can't go in there because they know, like, they don't just want the street people, so to speak, going in there and hanging out." Right. I said, "No, you can go in because you come in with me. Pick what you want." And he said, "Get me whatever's cheap." I said, "No, get what you want." And he picked like Corona, whatever it was. And I said, "All right, cool. Put it on." And I got it for him. I said, "If that's what you need right now, I'm going to get you what you need." Yeah. It may not be the healthiest option, but I don't know what space you are in life where you need that and it's going to help you. And it's a 6-pack. So maybe you got some homies that's out there who you could pass that off to. You're going to give them a beat. It is what it is.
Yeah. And that's an amazing thing, though, bro. Because most people look at either homeless people or people that are out there on drugs or whatever and say, "I'm not going to deal with you because here's where I am in life." And I think that you did what I would call a random act of kindness, which I think that's what Valentine's Day should be. Because so many people are like, "Yo, I'm no longer patronizing Hallmark. I'm married, so that's not my date no more. Now my day is my anniversary."
Right.
Valentine's Day should be random acts of kindness. Every February 14th, we should do something for somebody else. And I looked at that and I was like, "Damn, Webb, you bought this nigga a 6-pack of beer." He never was so happy in so many years.
That's fact.
That somebody bought him some beer. That's where we gotta be, bro. We gotta fill in the gaps.
That's real. So,
you know, I'm appreciative of what you did, man.
I brought this topic up just because something, you know, my homie that passed away, Frank Smart. Forever in power, Frank Smart. Forever in power, Armand Martin. Forever in power, Mike Feeney. It's a lot of people we could scream out. JC, Our frat brother.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, that was my homie.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people we can scream out. Rob Holmes from Z-Mu, my OG, charter my chapter. But it's a lot of people we can scream out that just makes you understand. It's always a reminder that this thing is short and we got to live it. We got to live it to the best of our abilities. But when it comes down to it, living it to the best of our abilities always comes down to helping someone else. Yeah. Giving something to someone else. Giving a part of us to someone else. And we got to do that.
Yeah. I got to give a shout out to my line brother, Nadir. Many of y'all may know him as The Real Status on Instagram, but he's out there on the ground in Texas trying to make sure that they have water and the proper essentials, just have basic survival. You know what I mean? And we can't forget them in our prayers and our conversations. Texas and Mississippi, they're all going through it. So I just wanted to shout them out. But hey guys, nobody's gonna take care of us like us. And I feel like I just need to say that, you know, and that's on so many fronts. Like I feel like I keep saying this and people look at me crazy. It's like, yo, why don't Master P talk to Jay-Z? And why don't Master P and Jay-Z talk to Oprah? There's so much money. There's so much power there. But we feel stuck. Why are we stuck? There's so much money. Why don't they talk to each other and say, yo, we got the equation.
Because
got it.
What they've been doing over their careers.
Yeah.
They said, I don't need to talk to somebody else who's eating the way I'm eating. I'm trying to talk to y'all who not eating. And we not listening. P been talking to us for 30 years. Hove been talking to us for 30 years. Damn it. Like, that's the zone.
I got you, Wes.
That's a whole different zone.
I got you, but why was Cheney's doors about to close? I'm just confused about that shit. Like, why do we got niggas like P and
Morris
J and
Brown out of accreditation?
Yeah, why?
Why is Grambling struggling?
Why Oprah gave the money to Spelman?
Dr. Dre gave the money to USC.
So I'm just saying, like, yo, what? The black agenda is all over the map, yo. And like, if you don't bail out the first and second HBCUs, like Cheney and Lincoln, they go back and forth about who's the first and blah, blah, blah. If there's no them, there's no more HBCUs. So why would you take a surplus and drop it on more HBCUs? Like, yo, yo, we got to take care of us.
That's a serious thing. That's a serious topic.
Yeah, man.
We don't take care of us enough. We need to.
I think
we gotta support us.
Yeah, we gotta support us, man. Absolutely. And the funny thing is, I think those schools have graduated the firepower to be able to do it, and they just haven't. For some reason, the connection just hasn't happened.
All right, so I got one last question for you.
Don't ask me nothing.
I got one last joint.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be.
You're a young boy.
It ain't gonna be no. Ain't gonna be no shit that I usually catch you with.
Nah, I usually do.
Ain't gonna be one of them.
I'm good with it.
No, ain't gonna be one of them. It's lighter than it's heavy, but it's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is a real question that I've had with Marty, our brother that we love.
Mm-hmm.
So often in our black families, as a black man, you got to be on all the time. You got to be the provider. You got to be a father. You got to be a husband. You got to be this. You got to be that. You got to be all these things.
Get that fire.
You got to go to work. You got to come home. You got to, help out here and, do whatever you got to do. Whatever.
No days off.
No days off. So that's perfect.
Niggas love
what
that shit.
Does an off day for you look like? When are you allowed to have a bad day, and what does that bad day look like? What is it like when, and this is what I went through, and this is what our brother went through. My grandmother passed away, and I'm out of there. I'm not checking in no more. I'm out. I'm checked out. His mother passed away at the same time. She's checked out. What does a bad day look like? Because you always supposed to be on. But when you're off, what does that off look like?
I just feel like that off is your right. And should literally cut off your phone, cut off your computer. Yo, ask most motherfuckers who work remote. If you take a day off, you don't actually cut off your phone. You don't actually cut off your computer. Somehow you're still tethered.
Yeah, you're still tethered
to that job.
But
I feel like you should actually take, like, when we say, okay, we're taking a personal day. Like, you know, there were companies that had a vacation day, there's a personal day, and then there's a sick day. What bucket did you put mental health? Is that vacation? Is that sick? Is that personal? What bucket is that allowed to go in? And when you write your semi-explanation for what category a day you're taking, where do you put it?
So that's in the professional world. Personally, what do we do? Because your wife, when you say, look, I'm off.
Can't do that. You can't do that.
But remember, and this, I'm going to get super insider, super personal now. You had a situation recently. We're not going to get into this exact details, but you had a family situation that popped up. Mm-hmm. I happened to be with you when the situation was, developing.
Yeah.
But you had to go handle some serious shit.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with that, when do you get to say, hey, look, I can't deal with nothing else right now because I have to deal with this. I can't worry about what time I'm coming home. I can't worry about your son is asking for you to come. I know that's always going to be my kids, but right here, right now, can you hold this down because I'm going through something.
Right.
I was there, and I had situations that was going on. And at home, it's like, yo, well, I can't. I can't because I literally cannot. Mentally, I cannot. Emotionally, I cannot. I'm tied to, I'm 110% tied to this other situation. So anything you're asking from me right now, I don't have it to give.
Yeah.
But what does your off day look like? When are you allowed to be off? When are you allowed to say, I'm taking some time?
Yeah.
Not a whole day. I need 2 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours to me because I got to handle this. I got to think this shit out. I got to come up with a game plan. What's that like?
Less is more. If you got to be there for your brother, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. I got to get there for my brother. There's no more to it. This is not science. This is nothing. Sometimes you just got to be there for your brother. And that may mean pain with somebody else. Bro, this is.
It may mean pain for somebody else.
It may mean pain for somebody else, bro. This is not in a textbook. You gonna piss some people off because you're there for your brother. But at the end of the day, like when it's so funny because like when people die, you be like, oh, that was my man, and da 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 da, and this, that, and the other. What did you do when they was here?
When they was here.
And I can say at the end of the day, I was there for my brother, and it was painful for somebody else. But I was there for my brother, and they appreciated it, and somebody else didn't. But you know, I'm in a peculiar situation because you're talking about me particularly. I don't have
precarious is the proper word, but
no, but me particularly, you weren't talking. You know, I'm not. You know, my mother and my father are not here. So only brothers have to look out for brothers. That's all we got.
That's all that's left.
That's all we got. And so, like, sometimes your decisions gonna piss some people off, but you got to be there for them.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
For us, and we can only talk about us because we've only been black men. It's not easy for us to have an off day. It's not easy for us to say the social injustice that's occurring in America is having a fucking weight on my back. What's going on in my personal family is having a weight on my back. What's going on in my personal physical health and or mental emotional health is having a weight on my back. And now it's all coming down on me. And you know what? I gotta acknowledge it. I gotta address it. And I can't address another fucking thing until I take care of me. Because I can't be good for you unless I take care of me.